Hi everyone, welcome to the channel. It's great to be with you. I am going to be colouring a WIP in Klara Markova's Fairy Touch of Magic, and I'm going to be using Inktense pencils and Prismacolor pencils. So I'm just quickly finishing setting up and then we're gonna get started. Right, there we go. Okay, so I've got paintbrushes over here with me, and I've got a little bit of water in my spray canister that I'm going to hijack. And I want to use my color combos from My Colorful Country Life. Now I've got her Prismacolor combos here, but I'm just going to use them for inspiration. So I'm kind of leaning towards a lilac, purpley kind of thing going on here with the mermaid, and then bring it down to the mushrooms here, and then the clam I'll probably do, I'm not sure yet. I don't know what to do with the clam. But I have got some funky combos here from My Colorful Country Life. So let's have a look. We got blue and we've got this greeny kind of color here. So that's kind of heading towards this combo, kind of going on here. So if we bring in some purples, I quite actually like this one. So I'll do this for her fishtail, maybe. I don't want to do a peachy sort of shirt though, so bear with me. I'm going to get this figured out. Or we could do this one. So her tail is like purple, and then she has a pink top, and we could do pink sort of things going on here for the mushroomy. I don't know why there's mushrooms under the sea. Like really, why are there mushrooms in the sea? And maybe make the jellyfish pink, so doing something along those lines. Hi Noel, how are you? I'm doing okay, thank you. Hope you are well and not too hot. Right, so I need my Inktense because I actually really am enjoying the Inktense at the moment. Let's see if I can kind of get this sort of combo going. So I'm needing a Nightshade, an Amethyst, and a Mauve. Oh, I'm glad you're well, and I'm sorry that you're still so hot. I'm going to zoom in onto the mermaid. All right, we'll do her tail. I can feel myself going back into that place where I'm sort of staring at my pencils, wondering, where am I? Amethyst, Mauve, and then I wanted the Nightshade. Yeah, here we go. Okay, let's see how this goes. Okay, so I'm using the Nightshade. Yeah, I really am enjoying using the Inktense. So I thought it'd be really nice to just work a bit more on this picture. and I'm hoping if I do a few more of my WIPs, I'll have a few more pages finished at the end of the month. But maybe next week we should color a page in Rita Berman's Asia book. So I saw on Coloring Heaven's Instagram, they were trying to open things up to the coloring community, and they were saying things like, if you have any questions and you're new to coloring, ask here and those who are more experienced could answer. And the one person, not new to coloring, but was really wanting to look at how can they go ahead and make their coloring a bit faster, and how do they tackle backgrounds. And it got me thinking, what are some of your tips and tricks to coloring pages, and what are your tips and tricks for backgrounds? I think I'm going to put Spectrum Noir Sparkle Pen all over her tail. Oh, goodness gracious, 37.7 degrees Celsius. That is so hot. My goodness. I really hope you have air conditioning. That is very hot. I might actually put like maybe a Mallard Green into some of these scales, kind of like, oh, I just totally forgot this. There's a little a seahorse here wrapped around her. I never saw that, or I forgot it. Oh dear. Okay, well, I'll have to try and remember what I used for Mama Seahorse. Right, so I do apologize if you can hear my family in the background. As the boys are getting older, they're staying up later. And which is really great because they get to spend time with Daddy. But they can get quite boisterous still and talk quite loudly. And I can't always tell how much my phone mic actually picks up. So apologies if you do hear background noise. Hi Kenny, how are you? It's great to have you join. I've been thinking about you. I hope you are well. How is life? Hope your family is good. So start with the main character colors, then look for background inspiration online. That's really cool advice. Do you ever refer to pieces of art, or is it more photographs, or how do you find your online background inspo? Sometimes I just want to follow the line art and I don't want to overthink things. Just color. I'm going to have to like use a gel pen or something and do these lines. Oh my goodness, you were in hospital for 6 weeks. Wow, Kenny, are you okay? I'm sorry to hear that you've been in hospital. I will be praying that you have a good recovery and feel better soon. And God's grace on you. Grace and strength. You usually look for subject backgrounds, fantasy, underwater, and landscape. Oh, that's really cool. Okay, so now I'm going to use the Mauve. But I will try and like randomly bring in a couple of Mallard Green. Just like change it up a little. It's quite tricky to figure out like where do you put the shimmery scales. I'm just being a bit random about this. Like, oh my goodness. Well, I'm glad you're home, Kenny. Right, so I'm trying to think what else I can tell you. So today we were just hanging out at home. Kids didn't want to go for a walk. I was a bit desperate to go for a walk, but I didn't have the heart to, you know, put my foot down and say, tough luck, Mom wants to go for a walk. But we ended up jumping on the trampoline together, and then I managed to get all 3 of them at one point in time, a little bit individually. And I said to them, all right, look up into the oak tree. And what do you see? Now, with my youngest, I'd already noticed that the acorn tree, I've been doing this all day. The oak tree has got acorns. They're probably no bigger than the size of a pea. So I was trying to say to them, okay, come, I can find 5 little acorns. How many can you see? And in between playing, I managed to get some of them, kind of like looking up at the oak tree and seeing how many acorns we had. So, you know, it's just sometimes those small little things that really are a big deal. It's like, yeah, I can feel myself going into my deep contemplative state, so I'll try and get out of it quickly. It's the joys of just being me and the introverted side of me as well. But I think it's so cool when we can sit outside in nature, whether it's with a coloring book or whether we're just soaking up the sun, and just noticing like all the small things, how much good it really does the soul. I mean, even though I didn't get to go for a walk, which is what I really wanted to do, spending that time with the boys on the trampoline really was edifying in its own way, and I could feel it was what they needed. And I think sometimes the stillness and the relaxed part is really good for our souls. All right, I need Mallard Green. See, I'm going to digress, just bear with me. Okay, there we go. I'll just put a little bit. I don't even know if this is going to blend out. But we'll try. I mean, technically blue, green and purple are kind of analogous, so it won't create mud, let's put it that way. Put maybe a bit of it in here. Stepping out the comfort zone, trying new things, that's what this is all about. So quite a few people have got their copies of Emily Lederhol's folklore and fairy tales book, which is so cool. I can't wait to get mine. I think mine will only arrive around October. But I really am enjoying watching the other people share what their progress in Saga Oksagner, and just seeing how they've interpreted some of the pictures. All right. Okay, so then that's the tail, and then I was going to do like a pinky top. So I can use Sugar Plum, probably Fuschia. Sugar Plum and Fuschia. Oh, cool. You made one-on-one time with him at the grocery store. That's so cool. I do a lot of my groceries online. When they were little or littler, I would try and take them out on a date. But I'm finding as the older ones, it's kind of changed. It's not that I don't want to do it. I tend to pop into my eldest's bedroom and sort of, you know, chat to him and say, catch up, and I'm trying to recognize that that's also good, you know. I do ask, like, you know, I'd like to take you out, what would you like to do? But I'm at that stage where it's, I don't know, and then they never get back to me. So I'm trying to adapt with it. Being a mama sometimes is not easy, is it? All this adapting and yeah, changing, going with them. Okay, so inside there I needed like a really dark kind of color. I could use a mauve. There, okay. Alright, then I will use my fuchsia. Yeah, so it's really, really fun. My older two are supposed to be going away on a camp towards the end of the month. So my youngest has said to me he wants me to take him to McDonald's because he wants a Happy Meal. So I said to him, all right, fine. I will take you to McDonald's for a Happy Meal. Hi Jody, how are you? Yeah, I've noticed as they're getting older, things are changing. But yeah, that's just part of it, isn't it? Just being able to adapt and change with them. Okay, I don't think that's too bad actually. So now, if I do like a purple sash along here, and then I do want to make these white because these are pearls, but maybe I'll put like touches of yellow inside them. Oh, sorry, you can't see. So if I do that purple, oh yes, I was going to do these guys like pinky. I need a deep rose. There we go. All right, I'm going to do the jellyfish. Bring it down. There we go. I'll make them pinky jellyfish. But I'll try make them see-through. Hopefully we can get that right. Or just like more luminance. I don't know. Oh, have you had a rough day or a busy day? Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, you get those days, don't you, where it's just really, really busy. I think I might make the fish, like maybe bring in some yellows. That could be nice, brighten it up. We'll think about it. Yeah, we got a busy day tomorrow, so I'm supposed to have the some people come to the house, and because we rent, they will inspect the house, you know, just check that everything's up to standard. But I've got an early morning appointment, and then other things happening in the afternoon, but I can't commit to anything because for the rest of the day until these people have done their inspection. So we spent some of the day just tidying up, making sure everything is in order. It's hard when you don't know what time people are going to show up. But yeah, once that's done, that will be fine. And a little bit of fuchsia coming in here, just a wee little bit. I know, right? They always do give you such a long time. I mean, I think ours is like 8:30 until 2 or something. And we've told them when we're home, and now it's a matter of just making sure I am home. And then literally it will be 15 minutes and then they'll be done. Right, I want to just see what this is going to look like, because now my curiosity is getting the better of me. I could always go over it with like a Prismacolor pink or maybe a white pencil and just really soften this up. Hi Carly, how are you? Oh my goodness, they came half an hour early of your appointment to fix your tiles. Oh, that's annoying. They do look like hot air balloons. I actually don't always know how to do jellyfish. I think this is the second page of jellyfish I've done in the years that I've been coloring. I reckon if we use a white Posca pen or something. Yeah, it would have been nice if they'd called ahead of time, wouldn't it? I know, jellyfish can be hard. And they like you get different colored jellyfish too. Some of them are, you know, not translucent. Some have more different colors. And then others are really, really transparent or bright colors. I promise you, the more I color, the more I realize I don't know what I'm doing. Okay, it's not too bad. Well, we'll just carry on with it. It's okay. Live and learn. That's what we're going to do. Live and learn. You have no idea what you're doing ever. Oh, thanks, Carly and Kenny. You're waiting for more adulty adult to help. Oh, good luck. You feel like that sometimes too. I know what I want to look like, but the execution scrambles my brain. Yeah, I hear you. All right. So have you got any specific pages or plans for August as far as coloring goes, or hobbies or books that you want to read? Okay, so we have pink jellyfish. I will use a white Posca pen at some point and I will go and make sure that they are nice and whited out. When they dry, I might actually take a... Oh dear, my mind's going blank. A white pen thingy. Sorry. I do still get those moments where my brain literally just stops. It's like, you know, enough now. But yes, I will take the thingamajiggy that makes it all nice and white and transparent, the white pen. Oh, you have a few pages. Nice. Reading the book of Lost Names by Kristen Harmel. You've completed a page and we've been working on it for a week. Cool. Cully, you and me both. I've not heard of the book Lost Names. I hope you're enjoying it. Apparently it's a good book. Yeah, I haven't picked out any pages really for August to color. I think I just want to try and focus on finishing up some WIPs. We'll see how the month progresses though. I'm busy reading, I'm trying to carry on reading Game of Thrones because I do like the story, but I was saying to my husband it's like eating a packet of crisps or chocolate. It's really good as far as character wise, but you know, compared to other books I've read, there are other books that I find more meaty and like I can really chew on, but I am enjoying it. Oh, that's a good question. No, actually, I don't have an Instagram hashtag for the reader book pages. I don't actually know how to do a hashtag. But yeah, you're right. I should probably create one. Oh wow, your mini boss picked you 3 busy pages. That's so cool. Which books did he pick or she pick? Oh, sorry, I've gone out of view. There we go. It's fun sometimes when the kids pick out pages. I think the paper towel I'm using is very absorbent. If I touch the paintbrush to the paper towel, it seems to really just soak up all the water off my paintbrush. Oh, thank you so much. Oh, cool. You're trying to do flowers with purple and blue. How's that going? Oh, wow. They chose Fairy Tales by Emily Liederhol Oberg, Flower Fairies, and Circle of Life. Wow. Oh, baby. Picked the Flower Fairies page because it reminded him of him and his nanny. Oh, my goodness. That is so sweet. Oh, shame. It must be hard on him too, as well as for you. I can't even begin to imagine that. It's a real sweetheart there, your Minnie. Are you watching USA and Brazil battle it out in volleyball? What's the score? And who are you? Oh, obviously you're rooting for the USA. All right, forgive me. Oh, sweet man. He was your mama's shadow. That's so precious. That must have been special for her too. $16-12, US winning at the moment. Oh, Jodie, that's so special that they have a special bond. Those aren't always easy to come by. She must have been a really special woman. Oh no, don't apologize. I don't mind. I really don't mind at all. I've read that it's important to talk about the people we loved and lost because it's special to us, and I really don't have much, you know, like life experience with it, but I really don't mind talking about it or listening. If you don't mind, I don't mind. My husband lost his dad about 13 years ago. So I've kind of observed different people struggling with grief in different ways. And, you know, I don't know what it feels like to be the person who's going through it. But what I can give is a listening ear and a willingness to just remember those special moments. I named my eldest son after my late father-in-law as a way of just honoring him and keeping his memory alive. So yeah, you want to talk about your mom? Go for it. I'm all ears. I'm glad you were blessed with a really special mom. Oh, anytime, anytime. I'm definitely going to have to go over these little round dots on her dress and on her tail. I think I read somewhere that because like when we lose something or someone that's very special to us, we, you know, I've read that grief doesn't really go away. It's just you learn how to live with it. And yeah, so we create room for it. It also helped, there was a lady I became kind of like Facebook friends with several years ago. When I used to blog on my website, and she lost her husband a few years ago, but she processed her grief by writing about it. And because she wrote about it, it really helped me understand what it was like, or what goes on in a person's heart, especially, you know, with a spouse. And it really helped me understand my mother-in-law a little bit more, and how she processed the loss of her husband. And I've been so grateful for that, because it really helped me understand and have a deeper I suppose a deeper understanding without going through it. So yeah, it was really helpful actually. I think I'll always be grateful to this lady for processing her grief a bit publicly, because it really did help. And she would share things like, you know, people want to talk and remember, those sort of things. So right, I need to now do green, like different green. Seriously, I'm convinced green is the hardest thing to color on a page. And green leaves, like if I had one set of green leaves, that would work. I could do it all the same color and just vary it. But when you've got this one color, this has to be a different green, that a different green, my brain just kind of goes, say what now? Like, what do you want me to do? You want me to make all of them separate? But I think this could be like a bluey green. So maybe yeah, that's as far as my brain goes. And then I get like frozen. All right, maybe a mint leaf with a mallard green. All right, we'll try that. Oh, absolutely. You got the best. I must say, like, I find it still hard when I realize that not every person, you know, like different families have had different people have had different families. And yeah, it's hard when you realize that not every family has what you have, and when you have something really special, or you value it, you know. Right, I don't know if I'm gonna make this work, like seriously. I went minced mallard green. Okay, it's underwater. Yeah, I can feel in my head, I've got that Disney Little Mermaid song, Under the Sea song, going in my head, and all I'm missing is the crab. You reckon, Kenny, I could get away with all of the leaves being the same color? You know, then I look at nature, and then I'll start discussing this with myself, and I'll go, okay, but if you look at nature, there's these greens, like, you know, especially if you go into a forest, and there's all these different types of greens and they all look pretty much the same. So I'll end up having these debates with myself. And then I might pass some different shrub and it might have grey leaves or grey and yellow. And I'll try to take note of that. Then I end up kind of like going, all right, I'm going to take a photo, I'm going to make a mental note and remember for next time. And then the next time comes round and I forgot. But I did come across an artist. I don't remember if they were, how I found her, but it had to do with colors. I was looking for something regarding colors. And apparently, when it comes to mixing the different shades of greens, your painters have quite a challenge with that. And apparently green is a really tricky color to vary, to get the different shades and all of that. So, you know, you have that on the other hand. Yes, Sebastian. You can't stand leaves. Yeah, it is a nice green. I hope. I'm never convinced of these bright greens. There's a learning curve here. Don't be afraid of bright greens. The funny thing was, like, I grew up on Disney movies because when, you know, in the 90s, we still had video cassettes. And then at some point it ended up changing to video DVDs. I'm really muddled up today. So my sister and I, because we didn't have TV or cable or anything like that, we'd get movies and any new movie that came, we would play it on repeat. And play through, then we'd rewind the whole cassette back, then play it through again. So if my kids watch some of the old Disney movies, I can be a real pain because I start singing or doing the voiceover or the dialogue because I still have it memorized. And my kids eventually go, "Mommy, can you just stop?" I'm like, just reminiscing here. VHS, there you go. I quite like the reenacted take that Disney has been doing on some of their Disney movies. It's quite cool. I think Mulan is probably my favorite. Okay, that's quite nice. Not too bad. Yeah, and I've got to tell myself not to go too dark. If I go too dark on the stems, it will kind of get lost. Okay, so now we need I can't do, see, now here's my challenge. I can't do that green on here because it will blend. So maybe I need to do this more like a grassy green. What green is this? Nope. Alright, let's try like an apple green. Nope. So here we go. Apple green with, okay, a felt green. Oh my goodness, you fell asleep before the film started. Hercules was the first film I went and watched by myself. So that was quite fun. Oh yes, I heard that they were redoing Moana. I hope it's as good as the Disney. I really like the Disney one. You know, the original. Sorry. Oh boy. I'm gonna need to work on getting to bed early. I've been having a few late nights and then I wake up quite early. Not because I have to, but just because my brain decides it's time to wake up. Oh, your poor mama. She sat watching Power Rangers with 4 sleeping kids. Oh, your mom's awesome. She must have been stuck with 4 sleeping kids. You know, what do? You just, you have no choice. Oh, what a trooper. Oh, Moana is gorgeous. And she's feisty too. I think one of the things I've really liked with more of the animated take is they're not so romantically inclined, and there's quite a focus on, you know, friendship and love being like between siblings or friends, and I quite like that. Just takes that, like, well, for me, I find it just takes away this sort of potentially unhealthy look on romantic love. Anyway, that's just what goes through my mind. I was big into romance novels and chick flicks and all of that as a teenager. And then I got married at 20. And I mean, I absolutely adore my husband. I think he's just the best thing next to chocolate cake. And I often say to him, I'm done with romantic novels. I'm just done with it, because I think like life kind of happened, and you know, it's not a fairy tale, it's not a fantasy, it's just life. Elsa, Moana, and Louisa from Encanto. Oh, lovely. They're good character choices, though, those two. Okay, so we have bluish green, bright green. I think I'm going to make these like red. So like an earthy reddish thing, kind of like the seaweed you see floating up on the shores. It's like that reddish color. All right, so okay, but baked earth is quite orange. No, I don't want baked earth. All right, I'll make, no. Okay, wait, hang on. I'll go back to baked earth. Okay. All right, so we're gonna have like brownish seaweed. If not, why not? All right, I have no idea how this is going to look, but anyway, it's fine. You know, there is such a thing as brown seaweed. Just mixing it up. Oh, see, I forgot that leaf. I'll have to do that one. Maybe we should give her blonde hair. Or white hair? No, no, not white hair, because you got the bubbles. What color hair should we give her? I mean, she's a mermaid, so we don't actually have to give her blonde or brown hair. Rainbow. Bye, Noelle. Thanks so much for joining. I hope you have a great week and a good rest of your day. Maybe the purple in her tail. Yeah, we could do that. Right, this could look okay. I mean, it's still kind of like complementing each other. now I need to go back to my mint leaf and mallard green. Okay, this is going nicely. I want to do this like thing here. Okay, hang on, that's his fin. I'm just trying to work this out because this comes down here, not that goes over there, that, but then there's this like scarf thingy. So is the scarf part of the ribbon or is it separate? That's the question. And then this is a leaf. Or are we just going to turn it into a leaf? Oh my goodness, you're coloring metals with watercolor. Oh, you were so brave. I'm too scared to even touch skin tone, let alone metals. That is definitely a fin. Okay, I'm going to leave that because I haven't figured that out. So I'll leave that alone. I'll do that. I'll kind of try fix that with the seahorse. So let's make some fish. I think we could do yellow fish. So there's a bit of yellow I put in his eye. So golden yellow with some Sienna Gold and mid vermilion. Wait, hang on. Look, we can use, I forget about the newer colors. We could do gold with Sienna Gold, maybe saddle brown. And then the madder brown. Do I have madder brown? No, not madder brown. Not this one. I will get there. I will find it. I think I took it out. I took it out. Okay, maybe an oak. Okay, we'll see. Let's try this. You never know unless you try. All right, we might bring in some actually, we could bring in some orange. Ooh, yes. Okay, hang on. I'm swapping out the oak for orange. Like a mango or an orange sorbet kind of thing. And maybe a wild flame. Okay. I hope I'm not screwing this up. Like, come on. Just keep trying. Okay, yeah, sorry, I need to bring you down again. Bringing you down. There we go. You can see the fish. Okay, then we could do some orange sorbet. And I'll do the wild flame. I really love the way Inktense pencils are so vibrant, and on this paper they blend quite well, so it's actually really nice to use them. We are making good progress on this page. Thing is, if I use pencils, even though they blend really well on this paper, it still takes me quite a bit of time. So it is nice to use Inktense and just really like get through the odd page here and there really quickly. I'm trying to muddle up the colors a little bit so it looks a little bit varied. Even fish, then I struggle with fish sometimes. I don't always know what color to color them. Okay, so that is our fish. Right, I think I'm going to paint this up and let's see how it looks. Has the volleyball match ended yet? Did the United States win? Hi Michelle, how are you? Good morning. Did you have a good night's rest? I'm glad you're enjoying the page. Thank you. Oh, they're still playing. Cool. I've just swapped to a leaf now. Because apparently that's how I color. I jump around. Oh wow, 6 a.m. That is early. Oh, fair enough. Which sports have you been enjoying the most out of the Olympic sports? Wow, yeah, being able to human it at 6 a.m. is an impressive feat. Speed climbing, eventing, and canoe salmon. Oh wow, that's so cool. I've not heard of canoe salmon before. Yeah, the fish did come out cute. I mean, I just feel like the yellow just brightens up the page. I mean, it looks like a happy page. Happy pages need bright colors. Well, most of the time, at least for me. I like bright colors. You've been stalking for an hour. Oh, wow. Well, thank you for stalking. Might have to come over the fish with some pencil and just deepen up some of the details a little. Yeah, thank you. Sometimes I just want to use Inktense as the only way of coloring a page, just because I think it deserves a lot more attention than as a base. Oh, I know how we can deepen up the shadows. So you wet the tip of the pencil in a in some water, and then you can draw it in and it stays activated. And you can feel when it dries because it stops gliding across the page. So yeah, there's a little fun tip for you. And then if you don't like the very dark lines, so you know when you activate your Inktense and it leaves like lines in on your page, if you have a blunter pencil, then it makes those hard lines less likely. So just pick your time for having a blunt pencil versus a sharp one. I mean, it still needs a little bit of finesse on my part. But yeah, that's sort of the idea. Yeah, I think Inktense it's a learning curve, like learning how to work with it like any pencil. I think that's partly why I haven't gone and bought like the Albert Duras and all of that. It's not because I don't think they're great pencils. It's because I've already got the Inktense and I really want to learn how to work with them and do them justice. And then if it's wet enough, you can always try and use your paintbrush to kind of blend out any bits that are a bit hard. Yeah, it's sort of, those are some of the things I've been trying to learn watching artists use watercolor mediums or Inktense. And this is partly why I want to keep coloring with Inktense, just to keep learning how do they work, and you know, what can we do to make them, how do we incorporate them, you know, more than just a background or base. Not that there's anything wrong with that. I think there is a place for it, and it definitely does improve like coloring, especially on different paper. So some paper, you know, you can't layer and layer for days with watercolor, but then you might not necessarily want to layer up with pencil either. So using Inktense or other water-based medium to speed up the coloring process, I think it still is a really great tip. Exactly. The best way to learn is by doing. There's on Instagram a handle called, I think it's called The Writing Desk, and they do a lot of watercolor paintings, but they write on their tutorials these beautiful like motivations or inspiration. And one of the things that I've seen them say is how art is actually just having courage. It's just the courage to turn up and make a mark on a piece of paper, or paint something. It's yeah, just the doing is more important than the end product. So when I want a little bit of perspective, I like to go watch, oh dear, I'm sorry. Oh, there we go. So when I want a little bit of encouragement or inspiration, I often watch their little reels. And sometimes I've shown them to my middle son, because he can get quite stuck on wanting things a certain way. So I'll show it to him and I'll read the subtitles. And I'll say to him, look, it's not about a perfect watercolor picture or whatever. It's more about doing. It's about bravery, that sort of thing. Exactly. Show up, make a mess. Each time you learn a little more than the next. Hi Diane, how are you? Thanks for joining. It's great to have you. I still find painting so it's quite soothing. It's different to using colored pencils. Okay, I'm almost done with the water, I think. Yeah, exactly. There is something with a paintbrush that is just, it's different to pencils. I like both. Alright, so I'm going to pick up some madder brown and just do her lipstick here quickly. There we go. Oh dear, you didn't even see that. Oh, I'm so sorry. You're intrigued by the activation. Me too. I love the activating part of Inktense and just seeing everything come together. Okay, so we said her hair. I can't do purple mushrooms. I'm still baffled that there are mushrooms in this ocean page. All right, let's do her hair. We're going to do her hair purple. Oh yes, the blendability of Inktense is amazing. Okay, so this is the Nightshade. Now I normally switch over to pencils for hair, so we'll see how long I last. Yeah, I'm not sure about doing hair in watercolor. It's like, not sure. Okay, it's fine. We'll try. What's the worst that can happen? I get out pencils and just go over it with pencils, like a lot. I think the background was Neocolor 2s. I find Neocolor 2s I prefer for backgrounds. I'm not against Inktense for backgrounds. I just find the Neocolor 2, it spreads really quickly over the background. Maybe it's because of the blendableness or the blendability of Neocolor 2s. I'm not sure. I've done a couple of Inktense backgrounds before, but yeah, they tend to not be as smooth. One day I'm going to have to give Neocolor 2s more of a chance and try and complete a page just using Neocolor 2s. But I think I'll wait till I've got the whole set before I do that. You've done metal. You've gone from watercolor to gel pens to Inktense. Yeah, the neos often give this sort of texture, whereas I think Inktense can be a bit more like liney. It depends how you do it. If you really don't want lines, then use a palette and scratch the Inktense onto the palette, and then pick it up like you would normal paint. Okay, I think I'm going to put in a little bit of Amethyst. Oh wow, half of a butterfly in Kirby done. Wow. And then I'm going to bring some Mallard Green. Okay, let's try this and see how it goes. Cheers, Carly. Have a good dinner. See you next week. Hope you have a good week. The thing with her mermaid hair is I thought if I do mermaid color kind of hair, then if it looks a bit weird, it's okay because she's underwater. She's not going to have perfect hair underwater. Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you. I'm glad you're liking the colors. I'm trying to be mermaidish and not human. I really like step out and give her mermaid hair. Oh, cool. I'm glad you're agreeing that she looks like a mermaid with mermaid hair. Hi Carol, how are you? Okay, I think her hair is done. I think I'm going to leave it and see how it looks tomorrow before I do anything to it. Sometimes fresh eyes is a really helpful thing. Okay, so she doesn't have that individual hair thing going on, but I really do like kind of the effect of what's going on in her hair. So I'm going to sleep on it and then see how she looks. Okay, I'm going to zoom out so you can see a bit better. There we go. Not too bad, I don't think. So all I need to do is just a few more things, and I need to figure out this section here because I don't understand the scarf with the ribbon. It feels out of place. So maybe what I should have done was actually try and color it over, like whited it out and colored over it. But I think if I see other people's versions of this, it will help me. And then just down here. So I'm going to love and leave you all and say good night. And thank you so much for joining and for chatting to me. It's always such a pleasure to hang out with you all. And I look forward to seeing you next week, Monday, 8 p.m. London time. And hopefully maybe a Rita Berman page next week. So maybe we do one in the Asia book. All right, everyone. Thank you so much and have a great week. Happy coloring and see you soon. Bye.